The second pick will be made by the Memphis Grizzlies, and that means that the number one pick in the 2019 NBA draft goes to the New Orleans Pelicans.
Well, that was unexpected. Hey guys, and now that the draft lottery has concluded, shaking up the draft order like we never could have predicted, here is my new NBA mock draft. With the first pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select Zion Williamson. There's no question that Zion would have been the number one pick regardless of the team picking there. But the fact that Anthony Davis will have a number one pick joining him in New Orleans may be key in David Griffin's talks of convincing Anthony Davis to stay. Zion and Anthony Davis in the front court would easily make them the most explosive and fun to watch big man duo in the association. But if Davis still wants out, the Pelicans could use Davis to acquire a solid young core that is centered around Zion Williamson. It's official, the Pelicans are going to be a relevant team for the first time in franchise history. Zion Williamson will make the Pelicans a must-watch team for the next 5 years and could be a key piece in marketing the franchise to potential free agents this summer and in the coming years. It looks like Zion will have to get used to playing in the Smoothie King Center. That's what a ridiculous name. With the second pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Ja Morant. The Grizzlies are truly in a win-win scenario with either picking Ja Morant or RJ Barrett, but I see the Grizzlies picking the best overall talent after Zion, and that's Ja Morant. Morant will immediately have a great mentor in Mike Conley to help Morant develop his game faster than in Cleveland or Phoenix, and could possibly even pair up with Conley alongside Jaren Jackson in order to form a up-and-coming team in the Western Conference. Ja Morant is box office. Make no mistake about it. His flashy style and aggressive play will both make Conley and Jackson's times easier on the court, and I expect a major bump in Jaren Jackson's production now that he has Ja Morant and Mike Conley feeding him. The Grizzlies had a 6% chance to win the lottery, and even they are so close to getting the number one pick, Ja Morant is a consolation prize that is the best thing Memphis fans could have hoped for. With the third pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the New York Knicks select RJ Barrett. Stephen A. Smith looked like he got hit by a train and then kicked in his knickerbockers today on First Take, and for good reason. The Knicks, who bear in mind were 2 and 3 spots ahead of the other worst teams, the Suns and Cavs, fell to the number 3 pick in this draft. While the Knicks lost the Zion sweepstakes, there is still light at the end of the tunnel. RJ Barrett. Barrett came into the season as the number 1 overall prospect ahead of Zion, so the Knicks are still getting a player with number 1 talent at the 3rd pick in this draft. Barrett's a player that can be your franchise player. He has all the tools to be an all-star or even superstar level player in the NBA. But I still feel so bad for Knicks fans. But they do have a future. Kevin Knox, Minto Robinson, Alonzo Trier, and presumably Barrett, New York basketball fans will have something to look forward to. The Brooklyn Nets. With the 4th pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the LA Lakers select DeAndre Hunter. The Lakers hit the jackpot in this lottery. They had a 2% chance to get the top pick and jumped 6 picks to land in the 4th selection. Hunter is the best defender outside of Zion in this draft. He can guard all 5 positions and has great offensive potential. But the thing is, he won't be a Laker for long. I firmly believe that the Lakers will package Hunter along with much of their young talent and try to order Anthony Davis in trade, or to try and get another marquee superstar. Okay, assuming that in this alternate universe the Lakers don't use this pick as trade bait, Hunter can fill a desperate defensive void in the Lakers starting lineup. He could fill a small ball role as center, moving LeBron into power forward, or keep LeBron at small forward and move Kuzma into the 4. LeBron has caused turmoil and panic in his first year at the Lakers, but with this pick landing in the perfect spot, Don't be surprised if the Lakers come back to prominence. With the 5th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Jarrett Culver. Looks like the Nick Gilbert luck charm ran out of juice as Cleveland, just like the Suns, dropped multiple spots outside the top 3 picks. The Cavs need everything. Kevin Love's coming off a toe injury that may sideline him for a significant chunk of the season, and Colin Sexton hasn't exactly panned out yet. Culver shows some real inconsistencies in the NCAA tournament, but with the Cavs not wanting a point guard like Darius Garland or Kobe White, Culver is the next best talent. He's long, athletic, and a good defender. His shooting could be improved, but could make a pretty athletic backcourt with Colin Sexton and possibly help the Cavs on the road back to competitiveness. With the 6th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Phoenix Suns select Kobe White. I know I got a lot of comments on the first mock draft and a lot of people thinking that Darius Garland should be here instead of the next pick, but I still think Kobe White will be a better NBA player. The Cavs got completely screwed, just like New York and Chicago and Phoenix, but either way, the Suns may be the only team in the NBA with a point guard that over 75% of fans have barely heard of. The Suns are desperate for a point guard, and Kobe White can fill in that void perfectly. He's a dynamic scorer and athlete, and a monster in transition. Most people do think that Garland is better, but please let me explain with my next pick. And with the 7th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Chicago Bulls select Darius Garland. I would place Garland over Kobe White. He's a fantastic shooter, over 45% from 3, and a prototype guard for the future. But the reason he is not in my top 5 is because of his injury. He only played 5 games into the season at Vanderbilt before he suffered a knee injury, which turned out to be an injury to his meniscus. If Garland's able to recover effectively, something like Paul George, he could easily be better than Kobe White. But for now, the Bulls could utilize Garland's shooting and athletic ability on the offensive end, and along with Markkanen and Wendell Carter, could make a resurgence with the Chicago Bulls. With the 8th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Cam Reddish. Reddish dropped a lot during his only season at Duke. He's a real question mark in regard to what he will be in the NBA. He's a great shooter, but a bit streaky. He's long, athletic, and a solid defender, but got overshadowed by Zion and RJ Barrett at Duke. Reddish could turn out to be one of the better players in this draft, but he also has the potential to be one of the biggest busts as well. The Hawks also have the 10th pick, which is a bit of an insurance policy, but pairing Cam Reddish, the 10th pick, along with John Collins and Trae Young, could make the Hawks potent for a run at the playoffs. With the 9th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Rui Hachimura. The Wizards were also one of the teams that dropped in this new lottery format, and they could not have had a worse night. The Wizards are one of the most screwed franchises, along with probably the Miami Heat in the NBA. They have very few young players to build around, and they're locked into a major contract to John Wall for the foreseeable future. Bradley Beal's a great, but not a superstar level player. The Wizards are looking for any glimpse of hope, and Hachimura is an intriguing prospect that could turn out to be a steal at the number 9 pick. He's an all-around good player, a good defender, a good scorer, but could be a better shooter from beyond the arc. And finally, with the 10th pick in the 19 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Jackson Hayes from Texas. Yeah, I overlooked Hayes, I'll admit it, in my first mock draft, and I'm still unsure about keeping him at the number 10 pick in this mock draft. But I'm going to go with it just because. He's a great defensive player, shot blocker, can finish around the rim, he's very athletic and guard on the perimeter, and would be a good fit for the Hawks at the 10th pick. He's a shot blocker, has 7'4" wingspan, and solid perimeter quickness. And pairing him up with players like Cam Reddish and Trae Young, Hayes could be the perfect fit for the Atlanta Hawks. So guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to let me know what you thought of my mock draft in the comment section below. I'll probably be coming out with at least one more before the draft begins. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.